Listen, I'm gonna say this: that when you come in as not only an executive producer but a star of a project, I imagine have a lot of sway. You have a lot of responsibility also. This project for you, Cheaper by the Dozen, had to have been kind of like a passion project, I would imagine, right?
It kind of came together faster. I always have had a passion to see families like mine on television or in
Yeah.
film. So
Mm-hmm.
that has been a passion. But, I tend to get more scripts with me kicking more butt or kissing boys, like being extra. So I just don't get a lot of family friendly scripts. So when Kenya sent this to me, I was like, this is exactly what I've been asking for. And and then he was like, well, would you want to be an executive producer as well? I'm like, absolutely. So yeah, I don't as much sway. I got a little sway, but I have a lot of responsibility, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm the only parent out of me and Zach. There are 10 minors, multiple animals, and we only have so many hours working with minors on set.
On
So
set.
I had to be the bad cop, and Zach got to be good time Sally. But together we got it all done and had a blast.
Listen, it is to bring together again to tell these stories that represent what so many of our country, the families of so many of our country, so many of our world, right now looks like, with the blended families and multiple experiences, varied experiences. Is it special to be at the forefront of making sure that those stories are told with care and love?
Yeah, I mean, I have never been one to hold my tongue about anything. So if I'm talking about change and I want to see change, I need to be an active participant in making that change happen. So it's not just enough to have diversity and inclusion in front of the camera, but I want to peel back behind the curtain. Who's in charge? Who's really sitting in positions of power? Who has the ability to greenlight? Who can make things happen? That's where you see more of this diversity and inclusion and more of the change that we're talking about. A lot of people like to lean into, traditional conservative values or whatever, and they have very narrow definitions of what families even can be.
Look like, right?
Can look like. And we are blended in the Baker family, in our version of Cheaper by the Dozen, in every way that you can imagine, racially, culturally, personality wise, level of ability. We have, previous spouses, as I like to call my ex-husband, my former spouse. So my former spouse, but you get to see some of the challenges of co-parenting, but also when everyone centers the needs and peace of all the kids, how amazing and beautiful it can be. But until somebody does it and shows people, look, you can showcase all different kinds of things and people and stories, and people will come to see it. This actually is a great business move, not just because it's the right thing to do, because
but it also equals business.
Should be able to see themselves reflected, but it's great business. And let us show you how to do it. Now that no more excuses.
We're done. Not
that I was giving many to begin with, but there's really none now.
But really done now. Tell me, what being on set with all of these kids, did it make you when you went home, were you like, whoo, Kaavia, listen, it's us, our family unit? Or were you like, I think we can invite some more, maybe?
No. I leave chaos in the morning, more chaos at work. I come home, still chaos. Yeah, no. At least the Baker kids don't walk in on me as I'm going to the bathroom. They allow me to finish a thought or a meal. It was like a never-ending family reunion. It was a lot every day, somewhere between wrangling cats and chaos. That's what our days look like.
Wait, you talk about how the Baker kids gave you a break. Kaavia James, this little one, when she was going at you on Instagram about the breath, I said, you're not gonna give, not even mommy gets a pass?
No. Yeah, turns out when you encourage your kids to tell the truth, they're gonna tell the truth. And
she said, do like this.
She's like, I'm like, maybe I won't get the extra onions on my Italian sub. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. But I'm tell you something. I saw the picture you posted of, I think it was the three of you in the pool, and you said home. I mean, it was really that simple. When you have these long stretches of being apart, what is the first thing that you guys all do together as a family that kind of brings everybody back together?
We eat. we we eat. I mean, in our family, especially since we moved both of our moms to LA during the pandemic,
Oh,
and
wow.
like my sister, my niece, like there's constantly a large village. But we're Midwest folks and we're family first, and it's,
Mhm.
family over everything. But
Over
food is
everything.
always at the center of that. I was just saying before we got on, one of my favorite meals is polska kielbasa, cabbage, and potatoes.
Come
That's like
on.
love.
Come on.
So when I come home, I want things I recognize. Meatloaf, perhaps. Like, the Omaha flies right on out of like it,
Listen,
right.
I'm
I
not
see
mad.
it with my appetite. But
I
yeah,
am
we
not
eat
mad.
together.
One of the young men in this movie, Leo Perry, we
Yeah.
actually watched him. We were spotlighting his effort to raise money for Black Lives Matter as he danced every day for 365 days. Plus, actually, I think he went a little bit beyond that. But we actually, his mother told us that we were actually part of the effort that got him discovered, and got him in this role. And I'm just curious what maybe your experience of seeing this little guy in action might have been like.
I didn't find that out until after we cast him. I just was going off of his audition tapes, and then
Mhm.
you get to meet people in via Zoom.
Yeah.
He is a mannerable,
Hmm.
freakishly intelligent,
Hmm.
warm, loving little boy. Um, yeah, we're lucky to have him. And then you find out he does all these other things.
Yeah.
So when do you have time? Like, how do you balance it all? Let me give me some tips. But yeah, I mean, he's got a lovely, lovely mother, and yeah, he's a good egg. We lucked out. We've really lucked out with these kids.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm going to leave you with this. We're doing a mental health week, especially with everything that's happening right now, not just in our industry and in the world, but in our homes, right? In our conversations and our practice. And I'm curious to know from you what these days you're doing, how you're practicing, checking in with yourself, how you're prioritizing mental health, and how that might be an encouragement to someone else who's maybe just stepping in, or the beginning of that journey.
Yeah, I ask for help, and I'm very clear when I don't have it, or if I'm
Mm,
like, you know what, I'm not okay. I need to cancel everything. And I
mm,
don't get pushback. Oh, this is important. They know if I get to that point, because my work ethic is unmatched. So if I say I'm not okay, everyone respects it. We cancel the whole schedule. And I'm intensive therapy. And thank God for Zoom therapists and
mhm.
therapy. Like, right before Christmas holiday, I was going 3 times a week, 2 hours a pop, because I just wasn't okay. Um, but it starts with asking for help. And I hope the people that you surround yourself with respect when you say you're not okay, that you're not okay. And to be an active participant in helping you get that help, and helping you, to have check-ins and being a safe space for somebody to check in with.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you feel super vulnerable, you feel vulnerable because you don't know if you can trust the people that you're talking to keep your confidence and to keep your privacy. And so just as allies and those listeners out there, when people share with you their challenges, these are not conversation starters for your next group of friends or your group chat.
Mm.
You need to be a vault. You need to be a vault, and you need to respect everyone's privacy.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you to the people in the junket for allowing this question to be so beautifully answered. I do appreciate your time.